Good morning. It is 4 a.m, mega early. I've got about half an hour to get my train. Reality of what I've set myself up for is starting to sink in now. Carrying that box, even to the train station, feels like a bit of a task. So, let's see how this goes. But I don't know if it's just me. Sometimes I do things and think, great idea. Closer it gets to actually doing it, I think, what were you thinking, man? Wish me luck.
The Eagle has landed. We're in Croatia, folks. I'm so happy to be in another country on my bike. And importantly, well, I suppose, crucially, the bike made it fine. I think that journey was not for the faint of heart, and I don't think I'd recommend it, to be honest. I kind of expected coming here, getting to the start line in Bosnia was going to be an adventure in itself. I'm going to be honest with you, it was a bit too much, really. I had a smart idea, basically building myself a poor man's bike box Allen, and thought that would work really well. And it turns out you really do get what you pay for. You pay peanuts and all that. If you pay nothing for your bike box, about £3 for the wheels, it's not going to work very well. The first leg was a walk from home, and that was less than a mile, about a mile, and to be honest, ended up carrying the box more than wheeling it. Pretty much straight away, the wheel burned its way through the box, so I had to carry it anyway. It's an absolute nightmare. So then by the time that happened, I had to get up at 3 for a start, and then walk into the train station at about 4, quarter 4. It's not really what you need. And after that, a 2-hour train to London. I had no idea if I'd be able to get across London with a tube. Fully expected to be told to get lost. But the guy was like, no, if you're brave enough, then go for it. So I carried my bike box down the escalator at Waterloo Station to the tube. And if you've been there before, then you know that's not the smartest idea either. That worked out alright, to be honest. 2 underground tubes. One change halfway through, which was about half a mile of walking just for the change. So then on to another train from London to Stansted. I had no idea if they had bike spaces. I did call them in advance and was told maybe just turn up and see what happens. So when I got there, I was pretty relieved to see bike spaces. A long day. And then obviously all the stress of getting your bike through the airport, handing it over to the baggage handlers, and hoping and praying that it gets to you safely. Thankfully it was all fine, as you can tell. So I just got a taxi to a hotel quite close to the airport, built my bike in the hotel, and booked a room there for my last night before I fly back. And I'm actually on my way back there now to find out if they're gonna allow me to keep my box there until I get back. I'm sure they will, but let's see. Let's cross my fingers. What I originally planned, I reached out to somebody close to the airport because usually on trips like this, people are quite willing to help if you need help. So I got in contact with a guy who runs a bike shop close to the airport, and he was more than willing to keep my box and to help me out. But because I'm keeping the box at the hotel, hopefully, I didn't need that. So I thought I'd go over anyway and say thanks for being so open to helping me. He was only around the corner, really. And we ended up chatting for about 2 hours, probably, about just riding in general, bikepacking, giving me some pointers on how to stay safe. what a legend. Even went over my bike and had a little look at it to make sure it was all safe after the flight. Didn't ask for that. But what an absolute legend. So I'd say if you're flying into Zagreb Airport and you want to find a bike shop who know what they're doing to look at your bike after you land, you could do a lot worse than going to see Sasha at Bikecraft. Maybe by the time you come, he'll have expanded. He's planning on expanding the place, which is really cool. And one thing that was really cool, he's building his own bikes from frames and parts, all manufactured in Croatia. That was pretty cool.
This one is called Čeličana. It's like a colloquial or a local for steel, but it implies strength. When a guy is strong, we call him Čeličana. You know, I wanted external cable routing. Why? Because it's much easier for maintenance. You know, and we also have Belani Composites wheels. So all of R&D, all of quality control, everything is directed by owner of the company, of the Belani Composites.
That's really good. So if people want to look into this brand, where can they see? On your website?
They can watch it at my website. It's bikecraft.hr.
Yeah.
In English it would be
HR.
.hr. Yeah.
HR.
Sorry, I didn't use English in a while, so I'm a bit clumsy now. So this is new for this year for Bikecraft, Croatian product.
Very nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to expand, and I'm trying.
But yeah, if you watch this, I got him to subscribe the old-fashioned way. So that's one more subscriber for the channel. If you watch this, Sasha, thank you. And that lasagna, you are not lying. One thing I always notice on these trips, if you need something, then people are pretty much always willing to help you. It's easy to feel like on a bike that you're always the little person on a push bike surrounded by big loud cars and things, and to some extent that is definitely true, but in my experience, my limited experience, if you need something, people are always willing to help you out. People are decent, really. Anyway, I'm almost back to the hotel now, so place your bets. What do you think? Are they going to let me keep my box there? If they don't, I'm going to be getting up earlier and walking with it to Sasha's shop. He's still happy to take it, but it just means an hour-and-a-half walk tomorrow morning. I think that's not too bad for a day's work. Portsmouth to London to Zagreb. The plan for tomorrow is to get a train. I was going to ride all the way across Croatia to the border of Bosnia, cross over down to Banja Luka, but actually the train costs about £7, takes 2 hours, and that gets me almost to the border. And then I've got a couple hours flattish ride tomorrow into Banja Luka, and I can just enjoy Bosnia a little bit before I start the race. That's one thing I had the common sense to do this time, was plan a bit more time to relax at the beginning. Getting to the TCR last time, I felt quite rushed before I began the event. Didn't get a whole lot of time. I don't have a lot of holiday always to take to be able to do that. I've got a bit more this year, so I've got a couple of days to chill out. If I travel to Banja Luka early and get there before it's too hot, then I got time to relax in town all day Friday before we start the race at 4 AM on Saturday. Good morning. We are in Croatia proper now. I've just left my hotel and realizing just how close I am to the airport and how much I paid for that taxi. But I'll get over it. I had a really good sleep, over 8 hours, so I'm feeling way better than I was when I was last on. That was a mental day. The journey into Zagreb city is, I think, 9 miles, so it's not far at all. So I'm just gonna cruise in, try to find somewhere for breakfast, and then try to figure out how to get the train. Don't really fancy the 100-mile ride, but I think 40 miles at the end, that's fine. I usually find anyway, tapering right down, doing an hour here, an hour there, is good to get some freshness back. But if I have a slightly hard ride 2 days before the race, then my Whoop shows me as really peaking the day of, so that's the plan. I'm hoping to get some kind of pastry or something, really. I was told to watch out for bakeries, Pekana, I think they're called, and eat burek. So I'm sure they'll have something similar here.
These days are running slow. Sunsets and shores far from home. Headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the smoke, but I'll never find this anywhere else.
We are doing this. Just left Okučani train station and on the main road that goes all the way to Bosnia. I thought this was going to be a much busier road. So far it doesn't seem too bad. So I'm going to try to find somewhere for maybe some coffee, something to eat. I'm quite hungry. And then make my way over the border into Bosnia. Oh, I'm excited. This journey is about 40 miles from Okučani to Banja Luka. So it's really not very far. Just a few hours to warm up. And then there's another warm-up ride tomorrow, a similar distance. So see, maybe I'll do that. First mistake of the day, I didn't download the languages for my translation app. So I went to a restaurant and I have no idea what any of the food is at all. So I'm going to carry on to somewhere a bit bigger. But it looks like I'm at a physical border crossing, like a barrier. So hopefully it's really simple. Show your passport right through, or I don't know. I'm about to find out.
But I'll never find this anywhere.
We have made it through. I can't film through a border crossing for obvious reasons, but that wasn't too bad at all. Just had to show my passport and walk through, and luckily there was a guy wandering his way past the queue of cars. I followed his lead. All right, welcome to Bosnia. They were driving on the wrong side of the road, which I was on, and I just jumped off very quickly. But oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, luckily on those border crossings quite often you don't need to queue with the cars. I've had one or two people whinge, but you tell them, come on, I'm baking out here, and they're usually fine. So now I'm going to try and find some lunch.
Closer this, I'm sure. You try to say the sunrise the same. But tell me, have you ever danced in the rain? And I could try to just follow.
This road is eased right off now, so I'm a bit more comfortable getting the camera out, but that was busy as hell. When I came through the border, I was thinking to myself, I don't know why the TCR didn't allow that crossing. You had to work your way around it and go through those mountains. Funnily enough. But now I realise why. Now we know. Those cars on the wrong side of the road were a pretty good warning sign, but that has been busy as hell. And the cars are getting much more spread out now, so I'm watching before I get the camera out. But yeah, now we know. I think the further I get to Banja Luka, the better this road will get. And it can't get a lot worse than this. I did stop for some food though. I had a borek, which is the most traditional thing I could find. And the first Bosnian person I met, absolutely lovely. I think that's really important. When you live in a border town, Gradiška is right on the border crossing basically. And I forgot that I needed local currency. They don't use euros in Bosnia. But she would take the euros. I don't know what the conversion rate is, but I checked afterwards and she was honest and gave me plenty of change. Unlike the first person I met in Croatia, the taxi driver, ripped me off chronically and very openly as well. I was quite annoyed. I think when you know there's a good chance you're the first person someone meets in the country, I think you should have a bit of a duty to give someone a good introduction. And that was a good introduction. I feel good. Now if I could just get off this road. Oh my god, I just crapped my pants. That dog was fast. Man, I got the heart rate up, Jesus. Sprinted really hard. I only just about outrun him. If that happens on a climb, I'm screwed. It's going over that in my head again. How quickly that went from, oh hello doggy, to really getting the full experience now. That's the first time I've been chased by a dog in the Balkans, so I feel like I've been inducted.
Into all these places on the road.
I'm in Banja Luka. I think hopefully a bit more cycle infrastructure, maybe a bit less of that busy road, but we'll see. Oh, can't park there, mate. I think I've got maybe 2 kilometers till I get to the park, which is the meeting point for all of the events, and then the headquarters and the hotel. It's all pretty close to there, really. So I'm gonna get in, go find a cold drink because I've gone through a lot of water.
Well, I am checked in, and look at the size of this room. When I checked in, I asked the lady, are more people staying here? I didn't expect to be sharing, I would, but she said, nope, just you. So I have 1 bed, 2 bed, bunk beds, and you know what they call that? A lot of room for activities. Maybe I'll just ride my bike in circles. I've got now until 6 p.m. Go over to the main meeting point for a check-in with the organisers, pick up my stuff, I think a bike check, and then we're good to go. Hopefully go and find some nice Bosnian food. And so far, Banja Luka, the city, is gorgeous. Definitely recommend visiting. Definitely moved a long way towards Turkey, but it feels really alpine. Hey. No way. Good morning, good morning. It is the morning before the race. I had a pretty good sleep last night, so I'm feeling pretty good, and just had a really nice breakfast of some sort of pancakes, he called them, but they were like crispy pancakes, fried, loads of cheese, loads of ham. Tasted really good. But yeah, I had a pretty good sleep last night. Went for some food with a couple of friends that I met kind of through racing, more through the YouTube channel, I suppose. Tom Fries and Matt Seaward. I went for some pizza, and it was really nice, actually. It's funny that Matt was talking about how he doesn't really have a huge social life because of training and racing and work, and I can really relate to that. So being somewhere like this where we're forced to have a bit of a rest and think about what we're about to do and chat about strategies, and it's really nice to actually chat to other people for a bit. We went to the headquarters to meet the organising team and picked up our bags. I got my cap, my t-shirt, my tracker and my brevet card, all those things, and basically ready to go. So all there is left to do now is chill for a day, which is really nice. It's not often I get a chance to do it, to be honest, before events. I have such a small amount of time to sacrifice for racing. Usually I'll be getting to the event, sleeping and racing the next day. Apart from that, got a social group ride with everybody at 10, so I'm going to go back home in a minute and get ready for that. I'm going to ride maybe an hour. And the social ride is about 60k, and I did 60 odd k yesterday, so I don't really want to do that today. But that's the plan for today. And I hope this has been useful. Anybody planning a trip to Bosnia or a neighbouring country and you've ever considered it, then I really hope showing this side of it, the travel and the organising, helps somebody. If it has helped you, then consider subscribing, hit the like button, the bell, all that lovely stuff. It really helps me compete with big YouTube. Anyway, I need to go and meet Dragan now. I'm not sure if I mentioned Dragan, but he got in contact before the event and really helped me out with a lot of the logistics, and he's here now, so he's at a cafe nearby, so I'm going to go over and say thanks. Oh god.
Final warm-up ride, done 2 rides yesterday.
Yeah.
And actually the road, great road, better than the second day was nice.
amazing to see you all smiling now and rested. In a few days, I'll see you all again smiling but super tired, but I look forward to it. Anyway, my name is Nikita, or you can call me Nick, although during the event I prefer that you don't call me at all, because it usually means something bad. So now we have R26. You may already know him actually from YouTube. It's the Road Provides YouTube channel, which focuses on long distance rides, but here you had a chance to see him live. It's Andrew Connolly from United Kingdom.
Yeah, this is Mohit, and I'm riding for both of us now because I want to continue what we both love. And he was so passionate about cycling, and I just want to pass along this passion, and I want to pass it to you, and enjoy your cycle. And I don't know if anyone knew him, but everyone he met, he had such a huge impression on this person, and I just want to share that with you. My goal is to complete the world map, and the red line is the line he was cycling, and his goal was to cycle the whole world. That's why 2 years ago he he quit his job, and he just wanted to cycle around the whole world and to attempt all the world records for crossing the continents. It's up to you. Thank you.
And that is it, sundown on the final day before B-HARD Ultra Race. And I hope this has been useful in some way. If you're considering a trip out to the Balkans or B-HARD itself, then I hope this was of some use. B-HARD is a massive race, 1,200 kilometers, but there are numerous categories. You don't have to do the full 1,200k route. There's, I think, 200, 300, 400, and the country is so beautiful. And it might seem like a real arduous challenge getting out here. It did to me. I was really nervous, but actually it wasn't too bad, to be honest. If you work out how the trains are from Zagreb and surrounding countries, getting to Bosnia is not that difficult really. So I'm going to leave this one here. I'm going to go get some sleep because in 6 hours I'm waking up, and then I'm probably not going to sleep for quite a while after that. So I hope this was useful. If it was, subscribe, like the video, all those lovely things, and I'll see you all on the next one.
Right, start. Actually, let me ask you, are you ready to be hard? All right.
Can you tell me what brings you to Banja Luka today?
Banja Luka, B-HARD.